also not. If I got 99 in an exam, my dad would ask me, how many people got 100? And why did you miss that one? So, my parents were always harsh, and then when I was a kid like that age, I started having tutors. When I started having tutors by my own teacher in first grade in Taiwan. And starting in third grade to sixth grade, I had tutors Monday through Saturday. And school started 7 to 4. Sunday I had to learn calligraphy, writing, art, just a lot of stuff. And I think my parents were trying to train me to become a mayor of a city someday. Anyway, when I was young, my dad told me that for high school, we should take these high school entrance exam. And my dad told me that you don't get into my high school, I will disown you. You won't be my son. So, when I was in grade school, I was like, oh my God, I gotta study. I gotta get into the high school, I'll be dead. So one day when I was supposed to go to a junior high school, summer school, and my mom didn't wake me up. And I jumped out, I was like, oh my God, it's already 9 o'clock, why did you wake me up? I'm gonna be dead, my teacher's gonna punish me. Actually, teachers use bamboo sticks and hit you, back in the days. Did you hear that? One day in 5th grade, my teacher walked in with a bamboo stick, and he threw it to the two kids in the front and said, take out those feathers. And after they took out the feathers, he was like whipping it, making sound. We were like, oh my God, I'm gonna have him for 2 years. But actually, he never broke anybody's hands. I have a lot of respect for him. Anyway, I was back to my story. My mom didn't wake me up for the summer school, and I asked her, when did you wake me up? She said, well, you don't have to go to school anymore. I was like, why? I was like, whoa, we're moving to LA, we're going to America. I was so happy, I was jumping on my bed, and I was going to paradise. Little did I know, my God, language would be a problem, because I didn't speak a word of English. So I was 12, I moved here. I still remember my mom dropped me off at the Huntington Middle School for English proficiency exam. They wanted to see where my English was. So she dropped me off, she left, and I went in, I looked at the paper, I didn't know a word. I just put down my name and I walked out, I said, and my mom was already gone, so I had to walk home. But, and then also, I was, when I was in Taiwan, I was afraid of going to the junior high school in Taiwan because there were a lot of bullying, But then when I came here, I was away from that. Little did I know, they do have bullying here too. And not only that, a lot of discriminations. And I want to thank those people who had prejudice and that discriminated me, because from them, I learned never to have prejudice or discriminate against anyone. So I thank them for that. I always try to treat people with respect. And then when I got into high school, I started hanging out with friends, and I didn't like studying anymore. And my grades started getting worse and worse, and my dad was really upset. When I graduated from high school, I didn't get a CSF, you get a cord. And I missed that by an A. But my dad was so embarrassed because all his friends' kids had that. And he was looking at me, where's yours? I was like, oh, well, I'm sorry. And so, but I was lucky. I got into an okay, college. And I went, and this college was in St. Louis, Missouri. Have you ever heard of Anheuser-Busch? St. Louis, Missouri. So, my parents were very strict. We never had, we couldn't drink or anything. But when I got there, peer pressure, I was like, beer, ooh, ew, that tastes awful. But after 4 years of training, we got used to it. I didn't study really hard, and then didn't have good grades. And my parents were like, oh my God, my mom was like, oh, you gotta study hard, your dad's gonna look down on you, what are you gonna do, for the rest of your life? And so I bummed around, I worked for my dad for a couple of years, and I thought, it was kind of boring. And back then in college, my mom always wanted me to go to medical school. But after one semester of biology, I knew that I wasn't fit for it. So I switched to economics, not knowing what it was. So I majored in economics, but at the same time, I told my mom, hey, I can still major and I can still take some of the pre-med courses. So after bumming around for my dad for a couple of years, and then I was like, somebody told me you can apply, take more courses and apply to medical school. And somebody also told me you can apply, I don't remember who, but somebody told me to apply to dental school as a backup. So I applied and I got in. And I was like, what's a catch? Something's not right. I got accepted at a spot at BU, but I chose to go to NYU. So I went there, I bumped around too, because I heard that. What do you call the valedictorian of the class when you graduate? The first, number one, you call them doctors, right? How about the last place with the worst grade? What do you call them? You also call them doctor. So that was my motto. I went by that. I just want to, because my mom told me, oh, you just try to get that degree. You don't have to be a dentist and see what happens from there. Somehow, I managed to graduate. I didn't try really hard, and then I was bummed around. I was lucky, and I was having a problem passing on the exams. Okay, I never did well. I was always like flying low. You didn't hear that. And I was having problem passing the license exam, national board, and all that stuff. Oh my God, it was tough. And I hated studying. But everything changed. Because I met my wife. Yeah. After I met her, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I started passing every exam. My patient didn't show up for my California board exam, and my assistant was like, she was like, how come you're not nervous? I'm like, well, what can you do? You can't do anything. If she doesn't show up, she doesn't show up. But luckily, I passed all my exams, and then I don't know, just everything just took off, and then I started my own, dental implant clinic, and that went really well too. I don't know, people, so Amy asked me to share my story, like successful story. No, I was never successful. I always struggled. So what I want to tell you is that, for the parents out there, if your kids don't do well in school, it's okay. They can survive because studying is not everything. I tell all the parents in San Marino, it's like, if your kids do well in school, great. They'll probably become a doctor. But if you don't do well, it's okay, because I know somebody who graduated from San Marino High, and I heard his company was making $40 million a year. So if money matters, hey, that works too, right? So never look down on your kids, always have faith, and I put down on my yearbook in high school, my motto was that if you give to the world the best you have, the best will come back. So I've always been lucky. My sister was the studious one. She went to Pomona College. My brother was a smart one. He went to Berkeley. And he always said that I was the luckiest one because I never studied, and somehow, I became a dentist. So he started wondering about dentistry. So, if you struggle, it's okay. Have integrity. Be sincere, because chance is always around the corner. And if you meet, if you're sincere with your friends, who knows? Anything can happen. And the thing is, marry the right significant other. Thank you.